Okay, so not that long ago, I made an account on Club Penguin Journey, and being the type to stay up to date on current world affairs, I read the Club Penguin Times, and it was there, smack bang in the middle of the first page, a call to arms, a blank sweater, and a challenge. Who can design the fuggliest sweater? Okay, maybe not the fuggliest, but like still, let me have my fun. Anyway, having 0 design qualifications and 0 resources, it was obvious that the penguin on the second page was directly speaking to me, beckoning me like a siren on a stony shore. And I was clearly the chosen one. So I cracked open my desktop paint app and got to it. So now you shall be witnessing my glorious, fantabulous, etc. artistic process in the form of a time-lapse as I talk through said process. Something never, ever been done before. I know, I'm quite the innovator really, and my creative genius knows no bounds. Apart from copyright infringement. There is that. Also, I will just say in advance, for whatever bizarre reason, I may not win this. I may not. See, I can't even talk because it's just so beyond my comprehension losing a competition. But if for whatever reason I were to, it's completely understandable. We all have moments of weakness and poor judgment. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so this is the blueprint. The idea of this was basically, I can't really draw. I mean, I have done in the past, but I haven't in a long time, almost a year. So I didn't want to actually do any drawing. So I thought, blueprints, it's just lines, isn't it? But as you can see, I'm trying to I'm trying to copy and paste the line that I drew to make it quicker, but clearly that weren't working because I kept copying the image. But yeah, the image on the top left corner, that was kind of what I was basing the design off of initially, which is why it's the blue is bluing. It kind of looks like a biro pen, I'm not gonna lie. And also these lines, the idea I had in my head was kind of have how some blueprints have really thick lines and then they have smaller, thinner lines. That was the idea, and as you can see, I'm still trying to copy and paste. And I think I've finally given up on that now, have I? Yeah. And I didn't really know how to make it work for the sleeves, so I just left it. And here I am with the smaller lines. Look at me go. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when I was doing this bit, I was thinking to myself, okay, it's kind of giving boy in the striped pajamas, so I was a little bit worried. But you can see I abandoned it anyway, because when I finally did all the, as you can see on the other side, patches or whatever, I did realise it kind of looked like a solar panel. And so with this design, as you're seeing now, I was less lines and just make them thinner, and also kind of make them an off-white, because I think making them a white was well, if I'm going to put draw over it, it would probably be smarter to draw it in a brighter colour, but you can't really get brighter than white. So yeah, that was that. Anyway, what am I doing now? Oh yeah, you can see I've got more references as well. And I decided to actually do the sleeves this time rather than leaving it blank. And that was, I didn't like that bit. I think I was giving it a go, see what looked right. And then I settled on that. Very nice. But yeah. And as you can see, I changed the blue because under the writing, I kind of based the colour on the, that image there. Anyway, what are we doing now? Oh, yeah, this part was fun. Basically, because it's paint, there's no such thing as layers, but I found a way anyway, because I'm decapitating him. Bye bye. Anyway, yeah, I figured just to like use the select tool and then just delete what I selected, because it was like a free range kind of thing, and just circle out. So, if there's a will, there's a way, and that's what I'm doing. Bye bye feet. Sorry to the foot enjoyers. Anyway, yeah, this probably took the longest bit, so this is probably the most, I wouldn't say boring. I mean, it was a very, delicate process, surgery on a grape kind of thing. Because look, I'm trying not to like get rid of all the black lines. So, I'm having to be very careful, very precise, a top tier surgeon over here. I say that, but I think I actually had a bit of problems with this bit here, and I was getting rid of too much. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yep. Yeah, I gassed myself up too quick, didn't I? Had a few mistakes there. Oh, wow. Anyway. Look at this go. Okay, maybe not. Anyway, going back to, like, the idea for this design, I thought as well, like, if they choose the design, then, what's it? It's going to become the blueprint if they do any final touches. And then after that, because it will technically be the winner of the first ever design competition, it would then become the blueprint for all the other design competitions, if that makes sense, So there's levels to this, layers, like an onion. Yeah, so, genius, isn't it? Not really. But, okay, all this explanation is kind of like an afterthought. But anyway, speaking of an afterthought, this bit, I was like, oh, wait, how am I going to get it onto that? Because I thought if I tried to, like, select it and move it, it's going to take, like, all the background with it. But clearly I got lucky and it didn't do that. So, yeah. Also, I was going to, like, add, like, arrows and numbers and stuff, like the references. But then I kind of realised it's probably not going to work, because you can't really, because I was going to do, like, a blue, but then, yeah. But also, like, I realised it doesn't really need it. I think it just will end up looking too busy. And there's me trying to say, yes, this is done, but I couldn't decide. I wanted it to match the X, but it wasn't really working. But yeah, that's that. This is the glamour shot, the final result. Isn't it gorgeous? Okay, the blueprint. Okay, this is my designer debut. Next thing you know, I'm gonna like be building a fashion house, Gonna have my own collection on the runway. But yeah, one thing I wanted to mention, because I was reacting to the time lapse as it was going on. I don't think that's how they actually do it, but we do things a little a cappella around here. But anyway, these bits here, the borders, I decided to keep them white because it kind of looks like, the borders of like, an actual blueprint or whatever. I don't know, I'm just making it up. But I think it looks nice. And also, I've already submitted it because that is how very confident I am. But also it means that I actually have to like follow through and upload the video because, if I do get selected, people need to know about my origin story, right? And also I have pretty good chances as well, because as I was submitting it, it says 10 people will be chosen like as the winners, not just one. So yes, I am going to have to share the spotlight, unfortunately, but the odds are in my favour. So yeah, that's more or less it. If you enjoyed the process, if you enjoyed, a little glimpse into my dark and twisted mind, then, I don't know. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Yeah, that part. Gosh, I need to get better at this.